Hey everybody, welcome to the Return Homestead. Today we are making something fun. It's a chocolate chip cookie dough fat bomb. This is a keto recipe. I'm going to be doubling it because it won't last very long in my house, so each recipe will make 12 servings, and each serving has 6 carbs, which is a little higher than what I normally go for, but we keep our carbs under 30 grams a day. So each recipe will call for 2 ounces of softened cream cheese and a 1/4 cup of butter. Now you're going to want to cream that. So once you've started creaming the butter and the cheese together, the recipe calls for a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm using a full teaspoon. Again, I've doubled this recipe. And then I'm going to be using monk fruit with allulose. And the recipe calls for a 1/4 cup. Now this has no erythritol in it. This is just monk fruit with allulose. It's the one that I generally use. It is 1-on-1 with sugar. I'm going to be adding a 1/2 cup. One recipe calls for a 1/4 cup. And I'm going to mix this together. Now each recipe calls for 3/4 cup of almond flour. Again, I'm doubling it, so it's a 1.5 cups, but you'll only do 3/4. And then the recipe calls for 1/8 teaspoon of salt. I'm using Himalayan pink salt. For me, it's about a 1/4 teaspoon, but you're going to only use 1/8 per recipe, and you're going to mix that together. Now once that's fairly well blended together, you're going to add your chocolate chips, and this calls for a 1/2 cup. Now you don't want to blend these. I guess you could. I'm just going to be using a wooden spoon to mix them up. So let's see how it tastes. It doesn't taste exactly like chocolate chip cookie dough, but it's pretty stinking close. Not bad. Okay, now you can use a cookie scooper to get 12 equal servings, or what I've done is I've taken a pan, I put parchment paper in the bottom. That will allow me to after I cut it, to pull it all out and put it in a different container. This has to go in the refrigerator or freezer. So I'm going to dump it all in this. I'm a lazy cook, so anything that makes it easier, I'm for. And I'm going to just press this in. And because I doubled my recipe, as you can see, they're going to be fairly thick pieces. I'm just pressing it all in. I will put this in the refrigerator, and once it's completely chilled, because my butter and cream cheese were softened, it'll stiffen up a bit, and then I'll cut it into servings. This will make a nice dessert. I don't know if you can see the snow through the kitchen window, but we got quite a bit of snow over the last week, and everything's still snow covered. In fact, it was kind of an interesting morning because our mailman decided to come down our driveway. We have a very long driveway, and it's kind of steep. And he decided to come down the driveway to put the package on the front porch. He got stuck. And actually it benefited me because he shoveled my driveway in order to get out. I felt bad for him, but not only did he shovel my driveway, but he shoveled off my porch steps for me as well. You never know. Living here in Kentucky is interesting because people are extremely polite. Okay, now that we got this in there, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. And like I was saying, it'll make a great dessert because I'm making keto chili. If you didn't catch that video, I'm going to be starting that here shortly so that we'll have chili to go tonight. Today's the first day we've been above freezing. We're at 40 degrees now, and it's not going to get as cold tonight. But we've been at 0. We've been in the negative temps, and I don't like cold weather. In fact, if you're watching our remodel, we haven't even been able to get down to that house in a few days. So I'm looking forward to getting back on that. I haven't been able to get in my art studio. And as you can tell, I'm a warm weather girl. I don't like cold weather at all. I would never do well in Alaska. So, or Minnesota or anywhere else it gets cold. I didn't think it got this cold in Kentucky, but here we are. That's it. It tastes like chocolate chip cookie dough. It will help you get your fat content up if you're trying to get into ketosis. Very different from ketoacidosis, which a lot of people panic when they hear that. It's ketosis. Now you can take it and you can put it in with a scoop into 12 servings per recipe. I just mashed mine in a parchment-lined pan. I'll put it in the refrigerator. And since I doubled my recipe, I will cut it into 24 pieces. If you only made one, it's 12. 6 carbs in 12, each serving, 12 servings per recipe. It'll go really good for dessert with my keto chili that I've got going on the stove right now. If you missed that video, we'll put a link into it. We'll try to put the recipe to this in the comment section if you need it. And that's it. It was pretty simple. It took me about 5 minutes. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and share our channel. And until we see you next time, thank you and God bless. Bye-bye.